Hey folks, H2 reporting back on the F3 channel. Hey, just want to get back with you and particularly address those that are maybe in the market to buy a home for themselves and their families. And I'd just like to offer up some of the lessons that I've learned in that process. I currently own some single family homes, have moved around a little bit, so I learned a few things. And so I have three primary rules I follow that will help me stay out of trouble. And the first one is, don't fall in love with the property. When you're out looking at properties, you're gonna see some stuff out there that's gonna make your mouth water. But you can't fall in love with the property, because when you fall in love with the property, you lose your objectivity in making rational decisions. Furthermore, you need to have a conversation with your spouse or significant other before you head out and make sure that they understand the rules. And you're going to have to remind them of those rules every step of the way as you go along. Now, I'm here to tell you that that's not very popular, and you might be the bearer of bad news and, Debbie Downer, but you can't afford to be making big time mistakes in a purchase of that magnitude. So the second one is, when you're looking at a property, your first thought should be how you're going to sell it. Because most of us are not going to live in the property until we die with the intent of passing it on to our offspring. So you go in with the thought of, how am I going to sell this property? And if I had to sell this property, what are the features are that going to make this property an advantage over other properties on the market, such as school districts, distance to shopping, taxes, whether the home and its features, is it a fad such that it's going to go out of style and then you're going to have to do a major remodel before you can sell it. So those are just examples of some of the things you have to consider prior to making a purchase. And that is how you're going to get out. And that applies to a business. One of the first things you need to figure out before you buy a business is how you're going to sell it. When you're going into business, you need to figure out how you're going to get out of the business. And so that helps you stay grounded and tracking on what makes sense and not making emotional, irrational decisions. The last point I want to make, or the last rule I use, is don't overbuy for your particular purpose. And what I mean by that is, don't try to buy a 10-bedroom house if you only got 2 children. That's ridiculous. Unless, so there's exceptions to every rule. If you're buying that property as an investment, then that doesn't matter. But if you're buying that property for your own consumption, do not, and I repeat, do not over purchase for your particular purpose or your particular use. And the reason why is this: the money that you're going to invest into that property is dead money, meaning you're not getting maximum return on it. So you're better off buying a smaller house that fits your needs, taking the rest of that money and buying an investment property that's going to generate income. Make sense? All right. So there you have it, folks. Yeah, the 3 rules to live by when you're going out to buy a property. Number 1 is don't fall in love with the property. Number 2 is know how you're going to sell it before you buy it. And then the last one is to don't over purchase for your own consumption. All right. Hey, H2 going to sign off. You have a great day.